Thursday. Number 14 seed Northern Kentucky taking on number 3 seed Texas Tech on Friday at 1:30, and number 12 seed Murray State taking on 5 seed Marquette on Thursday at 4:30. The 29-3 and number 2 ranked Louisville women's basketball team awaits their seeding in their NCAA tournament, which will come out tonight at 7 p.m. Over the weekend, Duke pulled off the ACC championship, beating Florida State 73-63, and they gained the number 1 seed in the NCAA tournament. And last but certainly not least, UNLV has said that Rick Pitino will not be considered for the job, and Rick Pitino has responded that he has no interest in the job. Keep it locked here. Middays with Marcus Bateman is next. This is SportsCenter.
Cards fans, it's an exciting time to support your teams. With all that excitement, celebrate with beer made right here in Louisville. Great Flood Brewing has long supported U of L, and we can't wait to see what the future holds. Visit the Great Flood Tap Room on Bardstown Road to see all that we have to offer. As always, visit us at greatfloodbrewing.com and follow our story at Great Flood Beer on social media. Thanks to 93.9 for being the best dang station in the city, but you knew that already. Go Cards.
I said Great Flood like 5 times. Think I got it?
At your Wright Implement stores in Corydon, Seymour, and Orleans, you'll find quality John Deere products like Gators, zero-turn mowers, lawn tractors, utility tractors, and much more. Plus line trimmers, blowers, and chainsaws from Steel, push mowers, generators, and tillers from Honda. And our state-of-the-art John Deere parts and service departments are always ready to help, should you need us. So, whether you're working around the house, commercial mowing, or farming 10,000 acres, our goal is to make you a customer for life. Wright Implement. Online at wrightint.com.
Are you ready to sell your home? Well, there couldn't be a better time. Houses are going for top dollar and selling quickly. You need to call Jill Blessinger with Keller Williams. She has a team of professionals that will help you sell your home quickly and get the most for it. She is a professional home stager and photographer. And when you're ready to buy, she works with Becky Bleemel of Caliber Home Loans. She makes the loan process very simple. And if you mention on Middays with Marcus Maben or ESPN, you're absolutely free.
All right.
Give Jill a call today at 502-773-0546. That's 502-773-0546.
Nothing. Just chilling.
Today.
This hour of ESPN Louisville's Selection Monday coverage is presented by Seamus Green Realty Group, changing lives one home at a time.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
That's his game. They don't get back. Hayward's look at his steal. Here's the steal. 3-on-1. Alley-oop. Oh, my goodness. Marcus Maben. And you certainly are in love with him here in Louisville. Marcus in the open floor. Hops incredible. Here comes Maben off the steal.
Get up, get up, get up, get up. Let's get ready for Marcus Maben. You're about midway to the midday with Marcus Maben. And you can call in, I lay back and just listen to Marcus Maben. So sit back and relax and watch Maben. Break it down like this. Woo!
Broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services Studio. Time for Middays with Marcus Maben on 93.9 The Ville. Now, here's Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. It's Midday with Marcus Maben. 8150 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station, and boy, does it feel like a long time. Boy, does it feel like a long time since we've heard you, you've heard us, and since we've been getting ready to go March Madness crazy. Steve Rummage in the building, Brian Hall in the booth. A few things have transpired since we last talked to you. So needless to say, I'll keep it short and sweet. We have a lot to discuss in the next couple hours. Brian Hall in the booth. Brian, what's going on, my man?
I'm just excited to get to the discussing part that you guys speak of, because there is a lot to talk about today. And I know a lot of people are got a lot to say about the NCAA tournament bracket. And I just want to say that my Western Kentucky Hilltoppers got snubbed out of the NIT. Just want to say that.
They did get snubbed out of the NIT, didn't they? I thought for sure they'd be in there.
I know it pains you to say snubbed out of the NIT.
Well, here's the part that's so bad is that 2 years in a row they've gotten to the Conference USA Championship game and lost. Last year they lost by 1 point to Marshall. This year, I don't know if you guys were watching, but they got within they were down by 7 with about 35 seconds left. They knocked down a 3. They're on the inbounds play, and the Old Dominion player runs over the Western Kentucky player, and they call nothing, and they end up going down and just getting an easy 2-point bucket. Had they called a foul, they were already in the bonus. They would have went to the line, and it could have been a 2-point game with 32 seconds left.
So they got the Kentucky treatment.
Yeah, I mean that's what happened. So we got screwed again, and now we're gonna not play anymore, and Charles Bassey's gonna go pro, and we're just gonna be back to little old Western Kentucky. All right,
and here we go.
8150 93.9 is the number. 3831-93.9 is the text line. Feel free to jump in
open.
there. They are completely open.
Real quick, shout out to the Bellarmine Knights. 1 game away from the Elite Eight.
16 Bellarmine Knights.
Yeah.
Big time run, Coach Davenport. Good job.
Yep, good stuff.
Oh, one more shout out.
Okay.
ESPN Louisville and their weekend post-selection Sunday coverage.
Yeah, it was good.
Again. I know you get tired of hearing this. We don't like to just sit around and say, "Oh, we're champions. We're the champions," but they did a great job. They came in here. They kept the information flowing. That I wouldn't be surprised if everybody's social media account just took everything they heard from ESPN Louisville last night and made their own shows out of it.
Yeah,
because I mean they covered everything. It was very engaging. Again, shout ESPN Louisville. The participation. Everybody did a great job last night.
It was awesome, man. So I listened, and it was there was a lot to take in, as is a post-selection Sunday bracket reveal.
Has there ever been a bracket tournament selection Sunday that Louisville was participating in that wasn't exciting?
No, it's always awesome. But yesterday had a little extra because I think that across the board, I think there was genuine. You didn't really know who. You knew Duke and Virginia.
Yep.
Outside of that, you really didn't know who was going to pop up where. I mean, it was pretty fun to be able to watch.
And listen, it's not because, we don't spend all our time trying to predict what we think will happen. We just know that when you change the system and you change the people kind of doing the system, you know that there's room for massaging the brackets any way you see fit. You know some of the original bracket principles, so you kind of rely on precedents to predict. Normally.
Right. I mean, there was
normally.
Right. I know. The only thing you did know out of the whole bracket was going into it was Louisville's first round matchup. That was the only thing we did know.
Listeners of Middays with Marcus Maben, followers of @Stephen Rummage, followers of @Brian Hall ESPN, I need you to go to the mountaintops and shout that this show is the best. There is no need, listen, and this is no shade towards all of our wonderful brethren of the media, but if you force myself and Steve Rummage to have to give you predictions and brackets and matchups 3 months ahead of time, and then have the nerve to be snarky with us when we're telling you about what's going on with the University of Louisville, you owe us admiration and apologies.
I like it.
For not listening to us.
I like it.
Steve, what is this shout from the mountaintop we speak of?
Well, the 7-seeded Louisville Cardinals will open the tournament with, that's fine. It's your phone. To be fair, that was Marcus's phone. I just want that to be known.
I don't know that number.
Yeah, well, there you go. Will open not only their tournament, but they will open the tournament against Richard Pitino and the Minnesota Gophers.
There is no way possible that there was going to be a 2019 NCAA tournament that did not feature the University of Minnesota and the University of Louisville. I don't know how many times people have to see these things come to fruition and say, oh, you know what? It's just coincidence. You can figure out that every game's going to have some kind of storyline because we're all 6 degrees of separation.
Yeah.
It's only 64 teams. It's only 68 teams, Marcus. Somebody has to play against somebody. If you would have played against Florida, then there would have been a connection.
It's a little different. Just a touch different.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But the connection on this one is unmistakable.
Yeah.
Whew.
And then, to top it off, you open the NCAA tournament.
I need the documentation that says we already said whoever was going to be in Des Moines, Iowa, right? Whoever was going to be think about this, Steve. Whoever's going to be the 7-10 seed game in Des Moines, Iowa, is going to be the team that starts off the entire NCAA tournament.
I know.
I need documentation that you already had that set up.
Or do you know the way to catch everybody in America's eyes for 20 minutes to put the spotlight on Louisville, Minnesota? Richard Pitino versus Louisville?
Disgruntled school.
Drew Diener said this morning that on his show that there would be a lot of familiar faces and stuff over behind their bench. Like, why would you not?
I bet there would be.
No.
Steve, I'll just ask the question. Everybody right now is tuning in. We have 1 million people listening right now because they want the answer to this one question. Is Rick going to be there?
I wouldn't think so. He said he's got a game on Wednesday, a game the day before and a game the day after. He can, if he wants to be there, he can be there. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, Steve.
Yeah.
Like here's the thing. You can tell me he's not going.
Yeah.
I can tell you he's not going unless there's
he's not going.
Unless there is a Skype interview.
Mm-hmm.
Put it this way. If Rick Pitino is not at that game or not doing a Skype interview, he's done with college basketball.
See, I don't agree because Rick, for me, I think I know why Rick's not going.
I would understand why he's not going.
Yeah.
Right? But here's the thing. There's some time to decide between now and game time, right?
Yeah.
But I'll just explain to everybody else my first thoughts that I explained to you.
Okay.
First of all, we know Rick travels different.
Mm-hmm.
So what makes sense to you people about traveling, he plays by different rules. Like Star Trek, Beam Me Up, Scotty, teleportation. He plays by different rules.
Yeah.
He can get good sleep on a flight from wherever he is to Minnesota.
Yeah, absolutely.
It can be direct. It can be a nice little, bite out of my wallet. He can be back coaching really, really quick.
Sure.
That's
Absolutely.
one thing.
Yeah.
Another thing, Rick, if you miss this opportunity to be behind that bench and the 46, you realize every shot that Minnesota makes, every other shot they make, every defensive stop they make is going to be a moment to show Rick Pitino over there on that sideline wearing that Minnesota scarf.
Yeah.
Do you know it's going to be a mandatory interview of what you think about your son this half or this game?
Yeah.
There's going to be mandatory questions on how much scouting that you helped your son. These are all mandatory things.
Yeah.
And if you're going to if you're going to not take advantage of this media media remembrance, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
We're going to listen. You're going to miss your biggest opportunity on the stage.
This is good. This is a good thing you're doing here. There's 2 teams in college basketball this year that I believe Rick Pitino's watched more of than anybody else. And that's Minnesota and Louisville.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to do this on bracket week. But if Rick Pitino has watched the same 2 teams I've watched, he knows that Chris Mack and Louisville are going to beat the living hell out of Minnesota on Thursday at 12:15, and he is not going to set his face behind that bench.
Up and down the floor. I'll take it a step further. If he shows his face and Louisville wastes Minnesota, not only will he not get a college job, he may get fired from overseas jobs.
Well, the only thing he would have to do is say, try to say, I recruited those guys. That's not going to work.
That's not going to work.
It's not going to work. Because I'm going to say, that was 2 years ago. These guys weren't even good last year.
Not
Jordan
just
Walker didn't
one.
play.
That was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Not to mention, you didn't even play BJ.
I know.
You took Dick Vitale's advice on Ryan.
God, I hate doing this.
Yeah, I know. Listen, but here's the thing, and I would also say this. They will make you, here's the thing, people. It's another little thing I thought. That was kind of my Rick first thoughts on it. My other next thoughts are the NCAA was doing us the biggest favor on the planet by setting up this matchup. If Rick Pitino actually showed up. Because can you imagine how not a part of Louisville it's going to look? I mean, we talked about it. Chris Mack looks nothing like Rick Pitino. And all this stuff is, listen, if you want to find a way to connect it all, I've realized over the last 3 years that you can connect anything you want to connect out of just, I want to assign blame. You know, I've watched you do it.
Yeah.
But when I'm telling you, when you see pack line, when you see Mac offense, when you see Mac's skinny 6'4", ball head dude, you know what I'm saying? He's the antithesis of what Rick Pitino's. It would be a beautiful thing for me and narrative and aesthetics to show a complete separation.
Yeah.
And this is me being protective of the University of Louisville. This is not me trying to throw Rick out of the circle, you know what I'm saying? But I need people to say, okay, this is a separate team. This is a different team. This is a different style. The anger, I want to see the frustration of another coach saying, Chris Mack, because listen, he'd be forced to say, Chris Mack is doing a wonderful job with these kids.
Yeah.
You would be forced to have public separation.
I know.
It's the first time you see a couple that used to be together and they're both with somebody else.
I know.
Like completely with somebody else. That's when you realize, oh, mom and dad aren't getting back together.
Yeah. See, and that's kind of where I went when I saw this matchup, man. I said, this is perfect to clearly put a visual out there.
Yes.
This Louisville is now Chris Mack's kingdom.
Listen, even without Rick being in attendance, this is still, to me, I'm like, I'll take it.
Oh, no, because I don't think Rick's going.
Right.
And I really do think it's because of the reason I said. I just think we'll talk about the game later. But I think that this is a perfect way for the entire nation to see. I'm gonna say it like this for a reason.
Yep.
He ain't part of here no more.
Yeah.
He's nothing to do with us. This is Chris Mack and Chris Mack's beautiful kids and his beautiful wife and their beautiful family. And this is Chris Mack's Louisville. They are the first family of this city now.
Different world.
Yeah, like this is an entirely different world
Yeah.
here. Look down the sideline. This is different coaches. Look behind the bench. And I kind of hope Drew Diener's right. And I hope you look over in their bench and you see a bunch of familiar faces.
Yep.
And we're like, this is a totally different
franchise.
And I have nothing against the Rick. I still like
Yeah,
Rick
yeah, yeah.
Pitino. As soon as he goes somewhere else, I'm
Yeah.
going to bandwagon for him.
Yeah, we're unapologetically like having
Yeah.
this conversation.
But I also have to look out for myself.
Yep.
And right now, what's best for me is there is no connection here anymore.
And I want y'all to see it.
And I want you to look at it.
We were screaming it with Coach Padgett. This is a different section. This is a different community.
Yeah, but it was the same faces,
listen,
though.
I need Coach Crum sitting back behind the bench,
Oh.
just like you were sitting at that
Chris Mack's home.
Yep,
last
at
night.
the unveiling of the tournament. I need Coach Crum to get your rear end out to Des Moines. I don't
And
know.
the way he's walking up and down steps at games, he can get to Des Moines.
Right.
Yeah.
You can actually drive to Des Moines.
He
Coach.
looked like he was jogging
I don't
down
know what
the steps.
I don't know what the hunting situation is like in Des Moines.
There's
but
got to be something
there's
in Des
gotta
Moines
be-
you can
listen,
hunt.
I think they got some casinos out there, and Coach,
Yeah.
you can go do your thing.
Come on, man. Yeah, right. I mean, I'm serious, man. I think that a lot of people look at this as a negative, but man, I think it's good for Louisville. I really do. And game talk aside, like I said, we get into that later. We got today, we got tomorrow. We can talk game and everything, but I mean, I want to get this story out of the way first, so we don't have to keep doing that. And I'm kind of trying to respect Chris Mack's wishes.
Yep.
Like, dude, I've talked to him. Whatever. We'll play him at the end of the show today.
That's
You'll
a
hear
fact.
kind of what he said, and he kind of said, "Look, we don't have to sit here and beat the dead horse."
Right. Listen, and there's no need for transition. This might be the only break we take today. Who knows? Quick commercial break. Middays with Marcus Maben. 8150 939 is the number on 939 The Ville.
We are right in the heart of winter, which means you're about to find out how many beats your heating system has left in it. Hey, whether it just needs to be serviced or you need a brand new system, DFH Company is the place to call. This month, buy a complete Train system and get 6 months special financing, plus your choice of a whole house humidifier or air cleaner. It's hard to stop a train, and it's hard to not call DFH Company. So call today, 968-6222, or visit dfhcompany.com for full details.
Are you ready to sell your home? Well, there couldn't be a better time. Houses are going for top dollar and selling quickly. You need to call Jill Blessinger with Keller Williams. She has a team of professionals that will help you sell your home quickly and get the most for it. She is a professional home stager and photographer. And when you're ready to buy, she works with Becky Bleemel of Caliber Home Loans. She makes the loan process very simple. And if you mention you heard this on Middays with Marcus Maben or ESPN, your appraisal is absolutely free. So give Jill a call today at 502-773-0546. That's 502-773-0546. And let her help you today.
UPS is now hiring for package handlers in Louisville. Package handlers earn competitive wages. Thinking about college, but worried about how you'll pay for your tuition? With UPS's Metropolitan College program, UPSers who meet program guidelines can graduate 100% debt-free, work part-time, go to school, and graduate debt-free. It's that simple. Why pay for school? Let UPS do the heavy lifting. Apply now at upsjobs.com. That's upsjobs.com.
So, Steve, what do you think about Bill at Scorns and Sons Collision Centers, man?
Let me just say, I had a friend who totally ruined his car. They got him taken care of quick, efficiently, and out the door.
Family owned and operated for over 70 years, Ed Scorns is the leader in auto repair technology and technician training. Do not let just anyone repair your vehicle. It's your choice. Tell your insurance company you're taking your vehicle to Bill at Scorns and Sons Collision Centers. There are 2 locations, Bardstown Road and Shelbyville Road in Middletown. Or call us at 491-BODY or visit us at etscorns.com. That's ETSCORNS.com.
This is U of L Today with Mark Hebert.
Bridge freezes before roadway. You've seen those signs. But what if U of L scientists came up with a way to keep ice and snow off bridges? The story after this.
It's time to stop putting off your dreams and make them a reality. With loans from Commonwealth Credit Union, someday is today. To learn more about all our amazing loan programs, visit ccuky.org/loans. Commonwealth Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Omid Ghassemi Fair is a U of L engineering professor who's doing research on the possibility of using geothermal energy to heat bridge decks.
So that we can preheat the bridge decks to de-ice the bridge decks and make it snow-free so that it creates better safe travel.
Using salt eats away pavement and pollutes the ground. Fair is exploring whether there's a better way. He says Kentucky soil stays around 60 degrees, 6 to 7 feet below the surface. The feasibility of warming water underground, then using it under bridge decks is the focus of his research.
We just need to circulate the fluid inside the tube in the ground, and then we embed that tube below the surface of the pavement, and the circulation of fluid heated the whole surface of the bridge deck.
Fair admits there would be significant cost to install piping in and around bridges, but says the long-term savings on repaving and the environment might be a bargain.
We'll make sure that you have a snow-free bridge during the winter.
Doing groundbreaking research. We are U of L.
What good is it having that beautiful view on your front and backyard if you can't see through your old grimy windows? Or how about when you let a little fresh air and your windows are constantly getting stuck? If this sounds like your current situation, it's time to make that call to Windows Plus. They have the best free lifetime transferable warranty, the best installation in town, quality products, doors, windows, siding, and gutters. They've also been voted the most efficient for 2018 and an A+ Better Business Bureau rating and all 5-star reviews, which means these are exactly the new windows you've been looking for. So go visit them at 11501 Plantside Drive, Louisville, Kentucky, or 502-494-0120. That's Windows Plus. Make the call.
Looking to try something different tonight? Pick up a bottle of Cabernet Sauvignon aged in bourbon barrels. Robert Mondavi Private Selection brings you this unique flavor combination made possible by California winemaking craftsmanship and the rich tradition of bourbon whiskey aging. Concentrated black cherry, blackberry, sweet vanilla, and toasty oak. Look for this deliciously different limited release item from Robert Mondavi Private Selection in the wine aisle today. Please enjoy our wines responsibly. Robert Mondavi, Acampo, California.
Driving range in Clarksville, Indiana. Located minutes from downtown Louisville and just off I-65, Wooded View is convenient and affordable. Save even more right now with our new midday and twilight specials. You won't find a better value anywhere else. Schedule your tea time online today at woodedviewgc.com. Again, that's woodedviewgc.com.
This hour of ESPN Louisville's Selection Monday coverage is presented by Seamus Green Realty Group, changing lives one home at a time.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
You're listening to Middays with Marcus Maben, broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services Studio on 93.9 The Ville. Now, here's Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. Welcome back. It's Midday with Marcus Maben, 8150. 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. I guess we don't have our shout outs for the Louisville Sports and Social Club. The event's going down.
Well, yeah, you got the event going on over there today, so get over there.
Well, you've been doing the read, so what do you remember about it?
Well, you get over there today. They're giving away a lot of good stuff today. They got the free throw shooting contest. You'll be able to win some free bowling or a $25 gift card. If you hit a 3, I think is what they said. You can hit a 3 and win a gift card there. So a lot of things going on. You want to get down to Sports and Social Club today, and then tomorrow we'll be out at and maybe we'll be out there. So we'll see. We're working on it. A lot of times we like our spot here, but we may be out at Dave & Buster's tomorrow too. So a lot of stuff going on over the next couple of days. We'll get it out there.
So now that we got the storyline stuff out the way, and people, I hate it to be so disappointing. Listen, because you remember last time, Steve, we were doing a pregame show together. We got chastised for not having a take on something or something or the other. So sometimes listening to us can be anticlimactic when we don't have a conspiracy that we got screwed. Or listen, because if it's a good thing, I don't care about the conspiracies. I only care about them when they hurt us.
When it hurts me, then I'm angry.
Right. So point being, got the narrative stuff out of the way.
Yes. What?
I'm just making sure that.
Oh, like you got so silent all of a sudden.
Making sure the sound, because they bite at me if the sound's not up or something like it's not right.
Right.
We are on the YouTube channel. We are Made for the Ville going live. So Steve, you're sitting on a Sunday. The weather was beautiful. It had a nice little crisp March exiting of the winter, bringing into the summer. I know you slip outside every once in a while. You might go check your mail, do a couple things to kill time, so you could feel that air a little bit, but you knew you were just killing time for the selection show to come on, Steve. So you're watching television.
Mm-hmm.
They did a good job of popping off those brackets too. I gotta admit,
well, they said it was like one of the like the highest rated selection show ever or something.
They did a great job too. I mean, they fired them off. They didn't make you wait. They didn't drag it out forever. Because if you drag it out, here's the thing. This is why you're gonna love television moving forward. Because now they got to compete with Twitter.
Yeah.
Now they know they can't afford to have any leaks on Twitter because you'll lose your TV audience. So listen, they got on there. They started firing them right on out
and
there.
I like how they do them, man. Look, fire one out there and then take a break.
Yep.
Let me call Marcus. Hey man, what'd you think about that one?
Right.
I don't know. Yeah. All right. Here it comes.
Right.
I thought it was great. Yeah, how they did it. It was good. We didn't have to wait long.
8150 939 3831 939. You can shoot us a message on the YouTube channel or Facebook Live. What is your reaction when you see 7-10 Minnesota Louisville?
Yeah.
What is your reaction to that one?
Take the phone. No, but anyways.
Is there somebody?
No, I was telling B the phones. Yeah. He was doing some work.
Okay,
earlier,
I didn't know
man.
what he was doing.
Yeah. No, earlier he was.
Yeah, I thought you were dodging the question.
No. He had to get in there.
Listen, I want this show to be emotional, Steve. What was your emotional investment level once you saw Louisville, Minnesota pop up on your television screen?
When I'll be completely emotional and honest, when that draw came out, I said, well, I don't think we can get a better draw. I think we just got the best draw we could have got,
possibly at a 7.
And then, as the rest of the bracket started to come out, I feel like I was validated with that.
Right.
And we'll go through all that here in a bit. But I thought that at the end of the day, I called you immediately, and we said, okay. I said, and I'm going to be honest here. I said, I think our Final Four dreams, even if they're far away,
right,
are probably dead with Duke, because I think Duke is just going to be. I think Duke's going to win the national championship. I think they're that good. But I said we can win that pod. I feel like we can win that pod.
And don't change your tune, because that's all you wanted was to get out of your first rounds.
Yeah, and I feel like that. I'm not saying we will. I mean, Michigan State. You play Michigan State in November. Now you play them. I know they're missing Langford now, and the guy got hurt the other day.
Anytime you go against Hall of Fame coaches with teams that win their conference championships or in the league for the Big Ten Conference Championship, they are going to be a problem, and you are in a quote-unquote rebuilding year. With this same roster, any Hall of Fame coach you had was going to have a problem with this Michigan State.
Yeah, Michigan State's a different team. I mean, that was in November. You know what I'm saying? And we're a different team.
Right.
Maybe I don't know, for the better or for the worse. We'll find out. But I thought that was about as good of a pod as we could ask for as a 7 seed.
Because when you look at who else, are the matchups.
Let me do it really quick. Ask yourself, and then we'll go on to the phone lines. Ask yourself right now, would you trade draws with, we'll start with Cincinnati.
Okay.
Would you trade draws with Cincinnati and play Iowa and Tennessee
as your first and second round?
Mm-hmm.
Iowa and Tennessee?
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah. See, I agree. What about with Wofford? Seton Hall and Kentucky. Seton Hall, by the way, who just played for the Big East Championship game. And Kentucky, who is a tough matchup for Louisville.
Wait a minute. So right now, you're saying I got a chance to play Minnesota and Michigan State, or Iowa and Tennessee, or Seton Hall and Kentucky?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm listening.
Last one, Nevada. Are you playing Florida and Michigan?
I saw Florida in the SEC tournament. I don't want no parts of that.
See, that's kind of my point. And I think that Michigan, I think you have a better – Michigan State is closer.
But Minnesota was a late push to even get into the tournament. Like, they needed – to get that 10 seed, Minnesota needed late wins.
3 weeks ago, they were talking about firing Richard Pitino.
Right.
Then they got Purdue twice down the stretch in the last 2 weeks.
Matchups with Purdue is what saved them.
Yeah.
So they could have easily been a non-tournament team.
Yeah. I just feel like looking at this, I'm not trading with any 7 seed. And the reason why I'm not complaining is like, well, if we got a 6 seed, it would have been because we probably deserved a 7.
When you lost to Boston College, which we'll talk about a little later on.
Yeah, absolutely.
You lost to Boston College. That's when you just had to say, we're exactly what we deserve.
Yeah, I feel like that a 7 was right. I feel like a 7 was right for Louisville.
Let's go to these phone lines. Let's check these text lines. Let's check all the interactive stuff we can muster up. I'll start off on the Bill at Scorns and Sons Collision Center hotline with Jerry. Jerry, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
Guys, I had to get on today. Too much excitement in the air.
Right.
Thanks for letting me. Quick question. Hey, did you all watch the press conference last night?
Yeah.
Did Chris Mack kind of take a little shot across the bow at Richard Pitino last night during that conference? Kind of sounded like he did. He said something like, yeah, I know him a little, but he hasn't been very nice to me or something like that. And I kind of heard that and did a double take and thought, wow, it sounded like he took a little shot at him.
I thought he said,
appreciate it.
Yeah, I thought he said that he's always been
nice to me. He said, but this is what he said. He said, I know him like we're cool, but we're not best friends or anything.
Yeah,
it definitely was a shout out. And he knew going into this meeting, like you could tell that Coach Mack was agitated from the time he left the selection show to doing the media.
Because he knew exactly what he was.
Right.
He knew, okay, let's get this out of the way.
Yeah. Like he seemed surly.
Yeah.
And again, not surly, like I'm not surly with the media.
No.
It's just I would have rather went into a tournament without having to have this discussion. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like out of all the things I can, and I don't want you talking to BJ King the entire time or a Koya Gao about playing with Mott's, or whatever.
Right.
Like you could tell he was just agitated about it. But no, I think Coach Mack and Richard Pitino kind of both had the same, we don't really know each other like that. And I'm look, and this goes back to my original point. They don't.
Yeah,
they haven't crossed paths. You forget there was a buffer by the name of David Padgett who kind of took the brunt of the, is it funny without Rick? He took all that stuff away. Like this, to me, any narratives past, isn't that kind of funny that they're playing each other? Any narratives past that is reaching.
At worst, if you wanted to take, I listened to Richard Pitino last night too, and for me, at worst, the only thing that was said was Richard kind of gave the little shot that's like, that's a whole new university now.
Yep.
Like, he kind of gave the like, dude, I don't know anybody over there now. Like they're doing a new thing.
Yeah.
So he kind of did the whole, how Rick was like, that's not Louisville, there's a new Louisville, whatever. I mean, that was it.
Yeah. Like you're fighting for a narrative if you draw any narrative out of what Coach Mack said or what Richard said.
Yeah, I think so.
The most boisterous person on the whole conversation was Koya Gao.
Yeah.
By tweeting, and his was funny. Like he's an adult, so he was just nothing but humor.
Yeah.
About the whole thing. That's about it. Seattle Paul, thanks for joining us on Morning with Marcus Maben. What's on your mind, my man?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Kind of disappointed we didn't get that San Jose pod. Looking forward to going out to see the game. I looked at the airfare. It's a little too much from Seattle to Des Moines. But anyways, I mean, I'll be skipping workout at 9:15 in the morning to go watch this first game. So got to do it right.
Right.
In terms of seeding, I mean, we knew we were going to be on the 7 seed line. I think from an 8-9 seed, I don't think we could have played that game. I mean, from an 8-9, I don't think we would have gotten an 8-9 just simply because, A, we can't play in Louisville region, and B, I think the NCAA tries to avoid a conference matchup in the first 2 rounds, which I don't get why Minnesota is our opponent, because let's say hypothetically Minnesota wins, they'd be playing Michigan State, which is a conference opponent, in the second round. But in terms of getting the teams, I mean, I looked at the 1 and 2 seeds. We've played every 1 and 2 seed except for Gonzaga and Michigan, I believe.
Yeah, I heard.
So in terms of drawing, go ahead.
Well, Perrin put it good this morning. He said, if you look at it like this, the West is the only bracket we didn't play the 1 and 2 seed. We played the 1 and 2 seed in every other bracket.
Yeah, literally. So in terms of familiarity, would you have wanted a piece of Michigan or Gonzaga, or getting a familiarity with Michigan State, knowing that we've beaten them once, but now they're probably going to be full strength? Because I think McQuay didn't play last time, right, when we beat them?
Right.
No.
But I think we've got the horses to beat Michigan State, and for some reason we always play them every other year in the tournament when we make it.
No, listen, I appreciate the call. It does seem like Michigan State stays in our neighborhood some kind of way. But I'll say this. I said to Steve yesterday, I don't like the re-racked games. I don't like the rematch games. I'll tell you why. First of all, we're an awkward team. Mm-hmm. We're an awkward matchup to anybody,
especially for a first game.
Yes.
If you've never played us before, we're tough.
I've enjoyed the big games where you can look at the team on tape, you can look at the video, and Stephen Enoch looks slower on video than he is in real life.
Uh-huh.
When you see him live moving around, you're like, okay, this dude's a hell of an athlete. That's why these commentators are always like gushing over just watching him run up and down. On TV, it's just like maybe the screen looks so small, it shocks people. And you can see the shock on people's faces when they say, God, Jordan. And like when you see him on jump ball, you're like, Malik, Jordan, Dwayne is pretty big, like it looks different. It's shocking. And I don't care what anybody says, argue all you want, and everybody is allowed to be wrong on this one except for me. The name Louisville on the jerseys, it's still fly.
Mm-hmm.
It still has a little something to it. A lot of something. Like we like remember when the Drake diss, quote unquote diss came out, right?
Yeah.
And you remember how everybody's like, ha ha ha, Drake's making fun of Louisville. What was the line?
Louisville hush money.
Yeah. The Louisville hush money for my young gunners, right?
Yeah.
Strippers and Rick Pitino. And they were, Drake's making fun of Louisville.
Yep. And we said, right after, the day after that come out, we said on this show, that's going to turn into good pub
yes,
for Louisville.
Like y'all don't understand the climate if you don't think that was a good line to be cherished.
What am I watching a couple weeks or a week later?
Who were you watching a week later?
Then uncommitted, Aiden Gahan, Samuel Williamson, and there was one more. I can't remember if it was
Nickelberry. It was Nickelberry.
With that part of the song.
All of them actively posting in chill mode, bumping their Drake, and it was cut out of that segment. But my point,
all three now committed to Louisville.
My point for that entire story is, I'm telling you, after the last 4 years, it's still it's kind of the U of basketball thing. Like, even if I don't go to Louisville, I want to be recruited by them. Mm-hmm. I want to have that Cardinal bird on my list, right? That is one of those. I want to visit them. I want to know what the fuss is about. Louisville has something that's very intriguing to young basketball playing men. And then when they get their chance out on the court, it's just one of those things. Like, yeah, this is kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those. Of course, they want to play, they want to win, they want to beat you, but it's still cool for your opponents, and that you can't prepare for.
Yeah,
you cannot prepare for. The first time Jordan Nwora gets some ridiculous dunk or something, you're like, damn, these dudes are pretty. They are pretty good, and it kind of backs you down. Michigan State won't have that same, I don't think so. But I factor that in when I'm talking about, who you want to play and who don't you want to play. That's the thing I was saying about Gonzaga. That's why we were saying we didn't mind being sent out west, because you knew those teams had not seen it. You knew there's the legend of Louisville versus, can these guys get out of their own way, at the beginning of the game. That being said, I was surprised also about Minnesota, Michigan State being right there, So
well, but I will say the Big Ten it was kind of an issue you ran into. I mean, when Virginia Tech popped up as a 4 seed, you knew, Carolina must have got the other, the other 4, because they had too many. Florida State was a 4.
They were going to have to break some rules.
Or I'm sorry, Carolina got the 1. So you were like, okay, there's multiple ACC 4 seeds. So they had to put some in Duke. So you knew immediately when that was announced, when Virginia Tech was announced as Duke's 4, that Carolina. I think the same thing you kind of run into with the Big Ten. I mean, the Big Ten, I think, got 8-9 teams in. I mean, it's like that's.
Do you think? Let me ask you this: do you think there was a little bit of there ain't no way we're putting Clemson and North Carolina State in after we just gave the ACC 3 number 1 seeds?
Maybe a little bit of that, because I mean they were 33 and 35 in the net.
My son was disgusted with the ACC.
Yeah,
he was like, in the nicest way possible, Dad, I don't know about you. I don't know about your conference, man.
I know.
And listen, son. They just got some.
Well, I mean, it only happened 3 times. 2 times Louisville's been in the conference. 1 time Louisville was one of them.
Right.
So one of the ones. But yeah, no, I think a lot of people were like that. I think they got it about right. But overall, man, I looked at the draw. The draw as a whole. I mean, I think we're in
second easiest.
Yeah, the Louisville region's probably the easiest. Virginia's bracket, but it's close. I mean, it's close. Because we got a good draw. I'm not letting
you got
myself
a good draw
for
the good Louisville team that shows up. You got a bad draw for the Louisville team that showed up against Boston College.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's kind of, it's one of those things where Thursday, it's Louisville. Thursday, it's on Louisville.
Okay, well, let's ask this question. We had fun with the conspiracy theories about the matchups and this, and the setups and Minnesota's and all the storyline. We talked about our, basically the way we fell in the bracketing, right? 12-15.
Yeah.
Tell me right now. Man. Tell me right now that we just out of all the games that we drew the short straw.
I was going over it with my cousin, and we were kind of like, okay, they're Central Time, so they'll probably start Louisville. I'm like, okay, we'll at least start at probably 2 or something like that, at
Wait a minute. You were sitting around with your cousin trying to determine the start time.
This is what's awesome.
Of Louisville in Des Moines.
This is the beautiful thing about what Selection Sunday is. When it goes off, now it's like, okay, let's start figuring some stuff out. What are we doing? Are we going? I'm calling my wife. Babe, do you want to take off and head to Des Moines for 2 days? She's like, maybe. This is what we're kind of going back and forth.
Hey, Marcus, what do you think about going to Des Moines? Let me get back to you, Steve.
I know. I'll talk to you later. But I mean, this is kind of what you're doing. Now, here, let me just talk about it from this point of view, though. You remember 2011, you lose to Morehead State. We were actually the second game of the day that day, but we were in that first group of games. If you lose this game, it's just the worst.
Oh, I should have known that's where you were going with it.
Because if you lose now, but there's another side of the story too. But if you lose this game,
12-15,
it's 2:30 in the afternoon. You're the only game that's finished, and you're out.
I am going to sit in my living room and get so inebriated that like I'm going to be the worst person on the planet to know.
Oh, absolutely. Me too. Because my tournament's over.
I would be the worst.
I don't get anything. I'm like, I only got to watch my game, and we lost. And especially this one to a team that I really feel like we should beat.
Oh.
I mean, it's going to be the worst. On the other side of that is you play that first game and you win. Oh, it's amazing because now I know my team's playing Saturday. I'm kicking my feet up.
That's the
and
funnest
ball.
and that's not a pressure.
Day.
Listen, that's not a pressure 2 hours because you're not really or 2 days because you're not really expected to go in there. What you got a shot.
Oh yeah, no, I think we can beat Michigan State. Absolutely.
If the right team shows up, you can beat them. But if you handle your business at 12-15, and it doesn't matter. Like I'm saying this now. And don't hold me accountable to this later on. 1 point, last second, foul, fluke, win. Who cares?
Oh, in the tournament, I could care less.
Yeah, you bust Minnesota. Yeah. You move on. I don't care. I don't care about the coaching decisions that we're gonna criticize. Listen, you'll get less time criticism. Out of me than you've ever seen in your life.
Oh yeah. No, it's beautiful, man. You win that game and we just get to sit back. Your game was the first game that ended, the first game that's over, and now I get to enjoy the whole first and second day with no pressure.
And I feel like you're doing it in front of the world. Here's the thing. You did the agitation part of it.
Mm-hmm.
You dragged them out on the front lawn.
Yeah.
You dragged them out into the stadium arena. I mean, Maximus style. Are you not entertained?
Yeah.
Louisville.
I know.
Right at the beginning of your Saturday, and you look at everybody else, and this is like metaphorically as well as in reality. You hold that head and you stare at everybody and you say, you better not let us beat Michigan State.
Because if we beat Michigan State, Louisville beats Michigan State, they'll be in the Elite Eight.
Be careful. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. They beat Michigan State somehow. Like they'll be in the Elite Eight.
The anxiety, the shockwave of anxiety, if you remove, listen, if you beat Minnesota real good, it's gonna be some anxiousness, right?
Yeah.
You beat Michigan State, it's going to reverberate through the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
You ever go to an AAU tournament and you've either been that team or seen that team? You know what I'm saying? That just comes in and they just got a swagger about them, and you're like, that's that team that took out so-and-so.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like everybody knows the Brooklyn, New York team, the Gauchos or something, right?
Yep.
And then you find out that, like, hypothetically, the Music City players out of Tennessee just wasted the Gauchos, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, damn, like, that team is a problem. You know, like, I don't want to play them. Right? And you know they got nothing. And they brought a crowd with them because they knew something nobody else knew.
Oh, yeah. And Louisville, you go win that. I think Louisville show out in D.C.
And then you're on your way from Des Moines to D.C.
Mm-hmm.
You better not let me get a hold of Michigan State.
I know.
People, we're going to talk some Minnesota actual basketball. We're going to talk some other brackets in basketball. Ryan Fitzpatrick going to the Dolphins. He's probably so happy. He needs to send Teddy Bridgewater a bottle of champagne.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Thanks, Teddy. Shout out, male ladies.
Yep.
Big time postseason run. Wanted to get that in there.
Yep.
We're rolling along, people. 8150-939 is the number. Feel free to jump in. 3831-939 is the text line. Feel free to let us know your thoughts. We Are Made for the Ville is the YouTube channel. Sports and Social Club is on and popping. Middays with Marcus Maben on 939 The Ville.
We are right in the heart of winter, which means you're about to find out how many beats your heating system has left in it. Hey, whether it just needs to be serviced or you need a brand new system, DFH Company is the place to call. This month, buy a complete Train system and get 6-month special financing, plus your choice of a whole house humidifier or air cleaner. It's hard to stop a train, and it's hard to not call DFH Company. So call today, 968-6222, or visit dfhcompany.com for full details.
This hour of ESPN Louisville's Selection Monday coverage is presented by UPSJobs.com. Graduate debt-free with Metro College at UPSJobs.com.
Are you ready to sell your home? Well, there couldn't be a better time. Houses are going for top dollar and selling quickly. You need to call Jill Blessinger with Keller Williams. She has a team of professionals that will help you sell your home quickly and get the most for it. She is a professional home stager and photographer. And when you're ready to buy, she works with Becky Bleemel of Caliber Home Loans. She makes the loan process very simple. And if you mention you heard this on Middays with Marcus Maben or ESPN, your appraisal is absolutely free. So give Jill a call today at 502-773-0546. That's 502-773-0546. And let her help you today.
What do you call a truly great beer that's brewed with more taste? Only 96 calories and 3.2 carbs? We call it Miller Lite. What are you holding? Miller Lite. Hold true. Great beer, great responsibility. 2018 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Average analysis 12 fluid ounces, less than 1 gram protein and 0 grams fat.
Papa John's believes it's good to be different, so we've added 6 new pizzas to our handcrafted specialty menu, because no one rolls with an all-cheese crew. So get together and figure out who's a meatball and pepperoni and who's an ultimate pepperoni, who's a flying Hawaiian or a zesty Italian, and who gets the title of Mr. or Miss Congeniality, the pepperoncini. That's all the ingredients you need for a good time. And right now, get any large specialty for just $12. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's. At participating U.S. stores, taxes, delivery fee extra.
So, Steve, what do you think about Bill at Scorns and Sons Collision Centers, man?
Let me just say, I had a friend who totally ruined his car. They got him taken care of quick, efficiently, and out the door.
Family owned and operated for over 70 years, Ed Scorns is the leader in auto repair technology and technician training. Do not, I repeat, do not let just anyone repair your vehicle. It's your choice. Tell your insurance company you're taking your vehicle to Bill at Scorns and Sons Collision Centers. There are 2 locations, Bardstown Road and Shelbyville Road in Middletown. Or call us at 491-BODY or visit us at etscorns.com. That's ETSCORNS.com.
You know, anyone can deliver a box of groceries. But when you consider the source, only Kroger can bring you the fresh, delicious food and quality products you already know and love. And no matter how you like to get your groceries, Kroger makes it easy with same-day store pickup, delivery in as little as 1 hour, and shipping right to your door. So go ahead, check out while you're chillin'. Shop online with the Kroger app or at Kroger.com today.
What good is it having that beautiful view on your front and backyard if you can't see through your old grimy windows? Or how about when you let a little fresh air and your windows are constantly getting stuck? If this sounds like your current situation, it's time to make that call to Windows Plus. They have the best free lifetime transferable warranty, the best installation in town, quality products, doors, windows, siding, and gutters. They've also been voted the most efficient for 2018 and an A+ Better Business Bureau rating and all 5-star reviews, which means these are exactly the new windows you've been looking for. So go visit them at 11501 Plantside Drive, Louisville, Kentucky, or 502-494-0120. That's Windows Plus. Make the call.
Shanked another tee shot in the woods.
Joe, your back nine was a disaster. What happened?
This happened. There's another one. My wife's blowing up my phone with these crying emojis. And now, photos. Look, it's my youngest sitting in the timeout corner.
Oh, there's my wife. Look. Says, have a great golf game, honey. Your favorite dinner's waiting when you get home. Just because.
Just because? How'd you get so lucky?
Wasn't luck. It was a just because gift from Genesis Diamonds.
When was the last time you reminded your wife with a piece of jewelry that she's the beautiful woman you love and not your roommate? Let the experts at Genesis Diamonds help you find that special just because gift today. From a simple eternity band to a stunning piece of designer jewelry, we have what women love for any special occasion or just because.
Just because. Never thought of that before.
Joe, your golf game isn't the only thing that needs a little work.
Genesis Diamonds can't make you a champion in the clubhouse, but we can help keep you out of the doghouse. Shelbyville Road Plaza.
An official broadcast partner of
Tell you what?
Of Louisville, WLCL Sellersburg is 93.9 The Ville. Time now for an ESPN Louisville Sports Center update.
Good morning, Louisville. I'm Brian Hall. The Sports Center update brought to you by MrDelivery.com. Local restaurants delivered. Use promo code ESPN for a discount on your first order. The 20-13 Louisville men's basketball team was awarded a 7 seed in the NCAA tournament in a first-round matchup against the number 10 seeded Minnesota Gophers. The Cards open as a 5-point favorite, and Chris Mack talked about the tournament.
I'm really proud of our team. A year ago, we lose 4 starters. We're down to 7 scholarship players before we start adding guys. And we were able to add 3 grad transfers that brought a lot of character and a lot of desire to play in this tournament. And it's something that, I'll never take for granted. This is my 20th NCAA tournament as a player, assistant coach, head coach.
That game is set to tip off at 12:15 on Thursday, essentially being the first game of the NCAA tournament, excluding the play-in games. If the Cards win, they will face the winner of number 2 seed Michigan State and number 15 seed Bradley. The ACC received 7 bids, with Clemson and NC State falling just short. 4 teams from the state of Kentucky made the tournament, including Louisville, number 2 seeded Kentucky, who will take on number 15 Abilene Christian at 7:15 on Thursday, number 14 seed Northern Kentucky taking on number 3 seed Texas Tech on Friday at 1:30, and number 12 seed Murray State taking on 5 seed Marquette on Thursday at 4:30. Over the weekend, Duke pulled off the ACC championship, beating Florida State 73-63, and they gained the number 1 seed in the NCAA tournament. The 29-3 and number 2 ranked Louisville women's basketball team awaits their seeding in their NCAA tournament, which will come out tonight at 7 p.m. Also in basketball news, on his 22nd birthday, Adam Eberhard led the Bellarmine Knights to a 74-59 victory over Findlay, pouring in 30 points to advance to the regional championship game tomorrow at 8 p.m. The Knights will take on 4th-seeded Southern Indiana for a spot in the Division II Final Four. Bellarmine and Southern Indiana have played 3 times this year, with the Knights winning 2 of those. Over the weekend, Duke pulled off the ACC championship, beating Florida State 73-63, and they gained the number 1 seed in the NCAA tournament. And last but certainly not least, UNLV has said that Rick Pitino will not be considered for the job, and Rick Pitino has responded that he has no interest in the job. Keep it locked here. Middays with Marcus Baben is next. This is SportsCenter.
What good is it having that beautiful view on your front and backyard if you can't see through your old grimy windows? Or how about when you let a little fresh air and your windows are constantly getting stuck? If this sounds like your current situation, it's time to make that call to Windows Plus. They have the best free lifetime transferable warranty, the best installation in town, quality products, doors, windows, siding, and gutters. They've also been voted the most efficient for 2018 and an A+ Better Business Bureau rating and all 5-star reviews, which means these are exactly the new windows you've been looking for. So go visit them at 11501 Plantside Drive, Louisville, Kentucky, or 502-494-0120. That's Windows Plus. Make the call.
This is Marcus Maben, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville from the OPC Services Studio.
Middays with Marcus Maben on 93.9 The Ville is broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services Studio. Now, here's Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. Welcome back. It's Midday with Marcus Maben, 8150. 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. So people, Steve and I are officially at odds at the moment. Now, I don't expect anyone out there to be able to break up this inner squad scrimmage fight that we got going on. And Steve and I might come together at a certain point on this conversation. But here's the thing. I know people are excited about having this conversation. You tune in to Middays with Marcus Maben because, in the nicest way possible, I think we care about the sport aspect of it a little more than everybody else. Like we don't do what are the metrics? What are the percentages? I mean, we give you that information kind of sometimes to back up the argument or just to have people a little more informed. But here's the thing. We care about the facial expressions a little more than anybody else. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
We care about the motivation factors a little more than everybody else. We care about the academic / relationship coach player. We pay attention to a little bit more of that stuff, which is why 2 hours can just fly by when you're on this show, and we're not like spending a lot of time trying to give you, information, like I said, statistically. That's the best way I can explain it. So here's the thing. We're watching Minnesota. We get Minnesota. We go straight to the YouTubes. We go find out who are the people that are posting full games, who are the people that are posting condensed games, who are the people that are posting 3-minute highlights. We have been consuming Minnesota information basically nonstop, Sunday afternoon, Monday in the wee hours of the morning. And when you wake up, we've been going over and over and over again. Steve feels one way, I feel another. Steve, he calls me saying this should be a beatdown. Now, I'm gonna tell this. I'm gonna say this publicly. I don't like when Steve says beatdown because he's kind of has a bad track record of predicting the beatdowns. The game. Now, see, I don't know if Steve is, if we're supposed to win by 5, Steve linguistically says, "Oh, we're gonna blow them out." I don't know sometimes. Like I like to say, "Oh, we busted them," and somebody says, "We only won by 3 points." Yeah, get out of here. You got busted, right? And I think Steve does that sometimes. If we're 5 points better, he says we should kill this team. We started looking at Minnesota, and I didn't like what I saw. And I'm not saying I didn't like what I saw as far as Minnesota. I didn't like what I saw as far as matchups. Now, let me explain. I don't think that Minnesota wins the coaching competition. I don't think Minnesota wins the preparation competition of it. I do think Minnesota wins the individual find a way to get this bucket part of the conversation, which is always very scary with me during tournament time. I think in a regular season game, me and Steve would go to Fiesta time.
Yep.
And we'd have a good time sitting back watching Louisville take it to Minnesota. But when I watch this Minnesota and I see how much they foul, right? Which is normally a bad thing.
Right.
How much they push off, it's normally a bad thing. How much they just grind their way to sloppy buckets, it's normally a bad thing. I see Minnesota as a team that plays kind of Big Ten, comfortable bully ball.
Yeah.
And not bully ball like Grant Williams from Tennessee. Just almost like, not that I would know, but like jailhouse basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like you would imagine. Basically, if you're gonna call foul, you better be ready to fight over the foul. And a team, it's almost like overseas basketball. Yeah. I remember I always like referencing Tony Williams. He explained it to somebody. Overseas basketball is who knows how to fight and play basketball simultaneously.
Yeah.
Right? And to me, Minnesota is so like sloppy looking that it looks like they're fighting and playing basketball. And like I said, it's not that old school Cincinnati where they're built like they've been in the weight room. they look like they eat like they live in Minnesota, right? Like everybody has a Jordan Warrior kind of extra bit of stuff on them. The guys that were built to be skinny have a little bit of extra. They're just a little bit of extra make up for what they don't do well skill-wise and just kind of get it done a little bit. And again, I'll be the first to admit, Minnesota did not have a great year. Minnesota was not really the tournament contention team until they stole some games late. Now, we can interpret that both ways. We can say Minnesota stole some Purdue games late, or Minnesota had a matchup advantage and it was just a bad team. Like Steve and I kind of talked about that too. We bounced around those ideas. Mm-hmm. I wasn't dug into the ground with Minnesota so good, but I saw danger in a couple of players. You got a 6'7", 6'8" guard forward. You know, it's a little awkward. You know, maybe he looks different on tape than he does in person. You got a freshman big man, about 6'10". You know, not great skill set, but when he catches the ball, he goes straight up and dunk it. And everybody who listens, you know how important that is to me in my world. Like I've cut every person in the last 7 years at the University of Louisville who don't catch the ball and go up quick and dunk it. Like that's a big thing to me. Even if they finish it, if you don't dunk it, I got a problem. So you got a freshman who does that. You know, plays really hard, high motor guy. What's my guy's name? The one left, not Murphy. What is his name, Steve? The problem.
Amir Coffey.
Number 3.
Murphy. Yeah.
Okay. They got a senior. Murphy kind of reminds you of Indiana's big man. Just a guy who knows how to play, little undersized, but very, very tough, very grinder, very natural, very watch out for him getting your guys in trouble. And he's a senior. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So kind of got a little bit of the Reed Travis thing to him. You know what I'm saying? But a little smoother. So these are the guys, like I said, top to bottom, regular season, we're comfortable. We're chilling. Tournament time, everybody's a threat. I look for threats first and foremost. And if Louisville, I'll put it this way, if Louisville handled their business against Boston College, 2 weeks ago, I may feel different. But because I thought it was impossible for that Louisville team to show up. You know.
Yeah, listen. I don't like doing this, especially on tournament week, because tournament week.
Steve, this is a cliff you're jumping off of.
Tournament week is usually
I fear everything.
I fear everything.
Right.
I watched a lot of games of theirs last night, and I saw nothing. Here's the problem for me with Minnesota. They don't do outside of personnel, they don't do anything that hurts Louisville. Nothing. They don't get out in transition. They don't turn you over, which is two things that Louisville can be exposed a little bit on. They're not terrible rebounders, not great, but not terrible rebounders. I think we're a better rebounding team straight up than they are. We are almost 287 spots higher in free throw percentage.
Mm-hmm.
So if this game turns into any kind of bonus, double bonus,
right?
It's dang near a turnover. They shoot 65% from the line.
Not great.
No, I mean, like, there's just nothing here with this. And I think there's a little bit of this. I think that a defensive Rick Pitino style team struggled against Big Ten style.
Rick Pitino style
struggled against Big Ten style. I think we saw that a lot over the years with Michigan State, with Purdue, up in the John Wooden Classic, with Iowa.
You're cutting deep right now,
I
Steve.
know, up in the John Wooden Classic. I mean, we saw that. Chris Mack, I think the little more get out and run, get out and play a little bit style hurts the Big Ten. I think it helped Louisville when they played Michigan State up here. I think you come in, you stepped in, you played this style. I think Louisville won against Michigan State 1,000% because of Chris Mack, more so than personnel.
Ryan McMahon.
Sure, but I mean, that's Mack.
But that's Mack, yeah, saying this is the style we're going to go play.
Because you remember that game was one that he that everybody was kind of looking at, and they were saying, wow, that's the first time you saw him go McMahon on offense, Quan on defense. McMahon on offense, Quan on defense. And let me just say one thing, too, right now. Everybody's saying, yeah, but Richard's going to know the personnel. Yeah, but Rick's going to be helping him coach. Well, if there's ever a game, I can say this now.
Say it clear and say it strong, because I think I know where you're going. I want people to listen very, very closely to what he's going to say.
If you're going to argue at me that Rick's going to help him coach, what game made Rick Pitino piss down his leg more than anybody in the planet? Kentucky. So you're telling me Rick's going to step in an emotionally charged game where he's personally invested?
You realize what you're saying publicly, Steve?
I do. But, I mean, I'm supposed to be terrified of that? That's the argument you have with me? That all of a sudden he's going to step in here while he's coaching another team and is going to be able to, with guys that outside of Ryan and VJ, he coached for 2 weeks? 2 months, probably.
He worked them out for 2 months.
Yeah, worked them out for 2 months. That aspect doesn't worry me.
And that wasn't a slight. I'm saying, he gets you in shape before anything.
Right. I just feel like, man, that everything here points to, I'm not saying Louisville win by 50, but I mean, I'm saying everything here points to me, Louisville should win this game. I mean, and probably win it decently.
Convincingly.
Even if you win it by 7 or 8, it should be a game where you're like, they kind of really never felt like they were in. Now, let me play the other side of that. I watched them play. Immediately right off the page, 2 guys, you talked about them, jumped off the page at me. Jumped off the screen at me. Amir Coffey runs a lot of the point guard position, runs a lot of the guard position, 6'8".
That's a big lefty guard.
That's a big guy. I was immediately put a little bit at ease when I didn't watch him raise up really over anybody from 3-point line, which they don't take a lot, which watching them play, it was like, I mean, that's one thing that's beat Louisville all year. You almost have to hit threes to beat Louisville.
Right.
He gets in the lane, but once you get in the lane, I feel like that we got horses down there.
Yeah, and they're not break you down guys either. They're not going to be living in the paint because they're not going to go Kobe White on you.
Oh, no. Yeah. They don't have a guy anywhere on the same hemisphere as that. Then the Murphy kid. I mean,
he's a problem.
Yeah,
he's a problem.
I think he.
But he ain't the type to go for 36 and 15 on you.
And you know who he's the same size of? He's Dwayne Sutton's size.
Yeah. Maybe a little bigger, but
I mean, he's 6'6".
I get the point.
Well, he's 6'6". Dwayne's 6'5". So I mean, I'll say that, but he's the one kid. I mean, he's just got that grown man feel to him, like you were saying. I'm kind of echoing your comments here, where watching him play, I was impressed.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I mean, he found his way to the rim. He wasn't afraid to go up. In the middle of a play in traffic or whatever. And when I say in traffic, we're not talking Ja Morant one hand, in traffic. I'm talking
there's somebody around him.
Sloppy. I got it with 2 hands. But it was enough. I mean,
Wofford is a 3-point favorite over Seton Hall.
Wofford's supposedly pretty good. I have not watched any Wofford, so I'm gonna step back with that one. I don't know. I just everything I've watched, and I wish I didn't feel this way. I wish right now I was going, man, I don't know about it. Because then I feel excited. Then I'm like, well, and then if you lose, you're like, well, they're a really good team though. They're good. And I just don't think they are. I just don't. I mean, I'm looking. Like I said, I'll be the first to tell you
Minnesota stylistically is not impressive. But again, it's almost like they got game, though. Like I said, some of the guys just got game. They compete, and that's going to be a regular danger to anybody.
Yeah. And maybe I'm looking around. Look, if I'm sitting here today,
Your frame of reference comes from the ACC. Like, yeah, well, they're not as good as Virginia.
But that's kind of the point. That's who we play.
I know that's what I'm saying. Like mine. I don't want my criticism to be or my support to be held up against the standard.
But
of
I'll even
Carolina.
I'll even go against myself here on the ACC conversation with it. If I'm playing Florida today, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm here today and I'm going, gosh, man, I don't know. They got the Hudson kid, the one kid, man. I mean, God, you see, he can hit shots. They hit shots from the outside. They're athletic. I mean, did you see the oop the kid caught the other day where his head was above the rim?
Mm-hmm.
They just beat, they just beat LSU. They just, and different stuff. And I'm kind of playing in Seton Hall. I'm like, my God, they were in the Big East championship game 2 days ago.
See, that's the thing. I don't want to run into that point guard in the opening match.
No, I don't want to play Miles Powell in the first game. Are you kidding me? If I'm playing Iowa, I'm like, I've watched Iowa play, man. I don't know. They bother you. They do things. They hit a lot of shots.
You're saying they can affect you. They can impose their will some kind of way.
I just don't. Oh man. I just don't see nothing from Minnesota that just makes me go, oh, no, man. Like, I feel like, but here's the problem. We're still not sure what team's going to take the floor wearing the Louisville jersey.
Maybe
that's the problem.
That might have been my move.
Yeah.
That might have been Minnesota. Texas says Minnesota's another trap game. I tell you what, we'll take on that subject about the right Louisville team that needs to show up and how it's going to happen. Middays with Marcus Maben, 8150. 93.9 is the number on 99 The Ville.
Are you ready to sell your home? Well, there couldn't be a better time. Houses are going for top dollar and selling quickly. You need to call Jill Blessinger with Keller Williams. She has a team of professionals that will help you sell your home quickly and get the most for it. She is a professional home stager and photographer. And when you're ready to buy, she works with Becky Bleemel of Caliber Home Loans. She makes the loan process very simple. And if you mention you heard this on Middays with Marcus Maben or ESPN, your appraisal is absolutely free. So give Jill a call today at 502-773-0546. That's 502-773-0546. And let her help you today.
Terry, did you see that shot? Did I? Just cost you $5, Terry. Worth it. So, Terry, listen, I got to ask you something kind of embarrassing.
Sure, what's up, man?
Well, you see, that's the problem. Nothing's up, if you know what I mean. I think I'm suffering from erectile dysfunction.
Dude, you have nothing to worry about. Did you know that more than half the men by the age of 50 suffer from ED? In fact, I suffered for years, and I'm not even 50.
So what did you do?
I made a phone call to the Louisville Men's Clinic, and in one visit, they found a solution, resolved my ED, and put an end to my performance issues.
That sounds great. How do I get a hold of them? My wife doesn't want me to wait.
Call 502-444-4000 for an appointment. They see everyone, regardless of age, diabetes, high blood pressure, or low T. They can help.
Call the Louisville Men's Clinic now at 444-4000 or at LouisvilleMen'sClinic.com and ask what the revolutionary priapus therapy can do for you. Known to increase sensitivity, stamina, and even size. The Louisville Men's Clinic, your key to a better life.
So, Steve, what do you think about Bill at Scorns and Sons Collision Centers, man?
Let me just say, I had a friend who totally ruined his car. They got him taken care of quick, efficiently, and out the door.
Family owned and operated for over 70 years, Ed Scorns is the leader in auto repair technology and technician training. Do not let just anyone repair your vehicle. It's your choice. Tell your insurance company you're taking your vehicle to Bill at Scorns and Sons Collision Centers. There are 2 locations, Bardstown Road and Shelbyville Road in Middletown. Or call us at 491-BODY or visit us at etscorns.com. That's ETSCORNS.com.
Hey guys, it's Luke Hancock. It's tough to know who to trust when it comes to getting work done on your roof. That's why I'm here to tell you about Greg Morris and his team at Roof Systems of Louisville. They're GAF certified, they work with all insurance companies, and they're the home of the Lifetime Roofing System. Here's the thing. They offer free inspections, so have them come out and see how much damage any storm has done to your roof in the last few years. You may be eligible for an insurance claim. Plus, we've made it easy to find them. Go to lukesroof.com or call 450-ROOF. When you call, mention my name, and you'll get an extra $500 off. That's lukesroof.com or 450-ROOF.
What good is it having that beautiful view on your front and backyard if you can't see through your old grimy windows? Or how about when you let a little fresh air and your windows are constantly getting stuck? If this sounds like your current situation, it's time to make that call to Windows Plus. They have the best free lifetime transferable warranty, the best installation in town, quality products, doors, windows, siding, and gutters.
We got about 2 minutes.
Efficient for 2018 and an A+ Better Business Bureau rating and all 5-star reviews, which means these are exactly the new windows you've been looking for. So go visit them at 11501 Plantside Drive, Louisville, Kentucky, or 502-494-0120. That's Windows Plus. Make the call.
Have you been in a car wreck? Insurance companies can be really tough to deal with on your own. I'm Sam Aguiar, and our team is here to help. We have been fortunate enough to represent thousands of people from Kentucky communities, and we would love to speak with you about your potential case. Our team loves what we do. The consultation for you is free, and we don't charge you anything unless we win the case for you. So come be a part of our team. Our phone number is easy, 502-888-8888. 502-888-8888.
When it's cold outside, you can find all kinds of excuses not to get a workout, unless you visit the Fitness Market and put that workout inside your home. I just got a Precord treadmill from Fitness Market, and I see firsthand why it's the gold standard of treadmills. I'd rather run on my Precord treadmill from Fitness Market than any of the ones at the gym. Right now, get a Precord treadmill starting at $39 per month or an elliptical at $36 per month. The truth is there is no one perfect piece of equipment to buy, so Chris and Pat Wider will call on their 19 years of experience and find the one that works best for you. No matter what your exercise needs are, Fitness Market will have the selection you need, from treadmills to ellipticals to rowers, indoor bikes, weights, even e-bikes. Besides Precore, you can find great brands like Matrix, Kaiser, Spirit, and Hoist. So visit Fitness Market on Westport Road, just inside the Snyder, or Plantside Drive and Waterson Trail, or visit them online at thefitnessmarket.com. That's thefitnessmarket.com.
Pining for the days of the traditional men's barbershop? Look no further than Big League Haircuts. Serving Louisville for the past 15 years with men in mind. Enjoy a professional haircut that includes shampoo, neck massage, and free neck trims between paid visits for men, all while watching your own personal TV in each chair. No uncomfortable upselling. It's all at one price. Use their convenient online check-in on Facebook and hit the Book Now link. 4 locations to conveniently serve all of Louisville. Play hard, look good with Big League Haircuts.
This hour of ESPN Louisville's Selection Monday coverage is presented by UPSJobs.com. Graduate debt-free with Metro College at UPSJobs.com.
This is Luke Hancock, financial advisor with ClearPath Financial of Raymond James. As much as I enjoy talking U of L sports on 93.9, my true passion comes out when helping people with their financial future. Our team of financial professionals is in a new location, 4070 Westport Road, right next to Trinity High School. We focus on financial planning, investment process, and intellectual capital to be the trusted source our clients lean on for all financial matters. Come see us for a free comprehensive financial review and bring your questions to us for your financial confidence. Call us at 502-805-4000. Raymond James & Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC.
This hour of ESPN Louisville's Selection Monday coverage is presented by UPSJobs.com. Graduate debt-free with Metro College at UPSJobs.com.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
This is the one you like. He'll be back eventually.
Middays with Marcus Maben on
Yeah, I got it.
9 The Ville is broadcast
13.
from the OPC
All right.
Services Studio.
If you talk, give me like 10 minutes. You talk for 10 and we'll be good.
And Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. It's Midday with Marcus Maben. 8150 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. I cannot explain. I just got a burst of adrenaline. I came out of the back area and I'm looking at brackets all around, and I'm listening to people talk about Ken Palms and nets and spreads and everybody. It feels like I've been enjoying this carnival that is University of Louisville basketball, and all the lames are joining us now. All the regular participants, tournament participants, not the real fans. They're all joining, but I like them. Welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome to the good part of basketball. Nobody even cares what's going on in the NBA right now. I got to be honest. Giannis out here dunking on Simmons and calling him bad names to his face.
How awesome was that?
That was awesome. I mean, you get exposed, man. You get exposed for being soft in the league. So,
all right. What? What's going on?
You out here snitching on me?
Yes.
So, people, you ever tried to come back and do a show, and then your supposed partner on the show, your co-host, like he has a card that says police on it, and you're like, I work with a snitch. He forgot to tuck that business card away. Don't come around me with police business cards, you snitch.
I'm just saying.
Point being, speaking of snitching, I need you to snitch on yourself here.
Okay.
I need you to grow up, be mature,
all right,
but snitch on yourself simultaneously.
Ready.
8150 939 3831 939. This is the housekeeping part, because listen, you gotta have to listen to the Mac callers, called in. Everybody kind of got something different from the Mac interview, which we will have available for you later on in the show. But I gotta ask this question, Steve, and let's just try to be adult about this.
Okay, I'm ready.
We're watching the draw.
We are.
You see what you got?
I do.
And there's only one other concern in the world when you're watching the NCAA tournament selection.
Mm-hmm.
Where is Kentucky? What's the situation? I could see through the walls. I could see through the phone lines. I could see through the internet. I could see everybody that was already resigned to the fact that you're going to have to deal with a parade of blue invading the KFC Yum Center. You had already kind of reserved. You already conceded that you're gonna have to deal with that.
Yes.
Your place might get vandalized. You might. You know what I mean, people. I mean, that happened. You thought your arena was gonna be blue for the tournament.
Yeah. I think for the most part we did.
It didn't happen.
It didn't.
How did you respond?
I was happy. I was like, you know what? I don't care.
Wait a minute. Why were you so happy about that, Steve?
Well, two reasons. Because the South is, I think, maybe the easiest bracket. I mean, I think Tennessee and Virginia just got dude.
They got a cakewalk.
Yeah. Y'all go ahead and do your thing. And Kentucky got there. I was watching the bracket come through, and I'm like, oh, God. And then it was Columbus. I was like, this is Kentucky.
It smelled, it reeked of Kentucky.
And I was like, man, and they're going to just walk through this bracket. And they'll kill Virginia.
And listen, and here's the thing. Even the non-affluent Kentucky fan was going to be able to enjoy every second of this.
Yeah, because I mean, I already had people at church was like, man, hey, if they're in Louisville, can you get tickets? Well, yeah, and it's so easy just to, and then,
I mean, Columbus, we're talking about, what is it? Yeti coolers and turkey sandwiches and beer and just.
I know.
You don't even have to get a hotel. Like, they were just going to flood the streets. The black market for tickets was going to be ugly, insane. You didn't have to spend that money to go to Nashville. You left Nashville.
I know.
So you just knew that all leftover money was going to get them in Louisville and Columbus.
So when that was at least announced, I was like, okay, I'm good. Make them go anywhere, even if they get an easier bracket, which I don't think they did, but even if they did,
you really made that deal, right?
Yeah, I was like, just get travel. Spend your money.
Just at least have to go out to Anaheim or something.
Just travel.
Even if you got a cakewalk in Anaheim.
Yeah.
Just have to go do something with your money.
Just get out of here. So I was happy with it. It was overall, it was a good day.
Listen, I will admit, like I was kind of like we were listening to it, and I'm like, okay, well that means Kentucky's gonna be here, and you were like, no, that means it. And I'm like, are you sure? Yeah. Like it was one of them. The selection was over, and I was still waiting for them to say, oh, we made a mistake. There was a change here, and Kentucky's in Louisville.
Right, yeah.
There's no way you have an NCAA tournament.
We're gonna reseed it in the Sweet 16.
Right. Like I expected them to say, oh, we messed up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh no, like sorry about that, people. And it'd have been the first time ever. And as a Louisville fan, I'm used to hearing people say, oh, this is unprecedented.
Yeah,
it's the first time this has ever happened.
First time this ever happened. I mean, there was a little piece of me when it was Louisville, Minnesota, was like in Des Moines, maybe Kentucky. I thought they were that too. Which
I can't play Kentucky out in Des Moines.
Which we realized, apparently, according to the selection show, if Michigan would have beat Michigan State, that would have been Kentucky. So, I think things worked out for us, man. I think they did. I think things worked out. Well, it worked out for us to at least have a chance.
Right.
A chance. And that's what we wanted going into
You were
this
supposed
tournament.
to be a 5.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think you gave away enough that, Florida State,
Okay, so are we just comfortable on Monday morning saying win 1, tight loss to Michigan State is probably the expectation?
I think that's where my mind mentally right now is.
Yeah, like there's nothing that would make you punch a wall.
No. Losing to Minnesota because I just think
the Minnesota you break things.
I'm going to be angry about that one. But if they lose a good game to Michigan State, I think I can get on with that one and say, okay, they're good. They just won the Big Ten championship. We got some work to do, and we're going to be back next year to come for some heads. You beat Michigan State.
Then it's top 6.
Well,
6 next year.
Yeah,
7.
Yeah. You play in the Sweet 16, you start out top 10, probably higher. I'll agree with you. But the other thing is, you beat Michigan State. It's game on, man.
Because your next matchup is going to be a lower seeded team.
Yeah, it's game on. It's like, man, we just beat Michigan State. Now we're going to play Maryland, Belmont, or LSU. Any of those three. I'm not saying you would definitely beat them,
they're
but
good teams.
But you would feel
and you would have a week to
Mac
to get your stuff together.
Max.
I mean, I've said it from the beginning. This team is scary, game to game. The kind of improvement they are capable of showing.
Yeah,
but I knew that during the summer because I said they didn't play last year. They didn't have any consistency with their coach, and they didn't have any experience, so be careful with this team, man. But like you said, it all starts. Minnesota, you get that win again. And the feeling of 48 hours of after you bust somebody, it'll make the whole season, off season worth it.
Oh no, absolutely. I think so.
Because it means you spent a year preparing for the tournament. You got your 7, and you took it out of somebody.
Yeah. Well, and the experience. The reason, what would be big to get to at least the second game is just the tournament experience.
Yeah, and tournament prep, tournament routine,
Kind of just, okay, this is how we do things. This is how coach does things. So next year when you come in as a 1, 2, 3 seed, you've been there. You've been there. You know how Mac does it. Then you're telling a Gahan, you're telling Williamson, okay, now this is how we do things. So, okay.
There will be no Mott's.
Right, yeah. Patino said, Patino tweeted out, said that they won't have Mott's, but go Ghosts. So, no Mott's Stockman.
I'm disappointed.
I think some people overblew the Mott Stockman thing.
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah, me. Yeah, me.
It's not like he's up there just working people from it.
I always thought he was still like to have on his team.
I know. I'm comfortable though, man. I'm comfortable with the draw. At the end of the day, I feel like we've got a shot. We've got a good draw to give us a chance. Go out there. If you bring intensity and effort on Thursday, you'll win that basketball game. If you lose Thursday, the one thing I will say that will comfort me about the way I feel about Minnesota is if we lose, I'm going to be able to just say, that's on y'all. That's on y'all. Y'all didn't show up. The refs didn't screw you.
So there's no way you're going to
Nobody-
say Coach Mack didn't have them ready?
I don't think so. Because I don't think.
Even though that's if you think that the opponent's inferior.
Yeah, but Coach Mack's not playing. And I don't think Louisville's got to switch a lot of things up to beat Minnesota. I don't think Mack's going to put in new system to beat Minnesota, new this or that. I think that you just come out with effort, ready to go, ready to play.
Is there going to be a looking at Michigan State excuse?
No, they better not be. They better not be. Yeah, no, they better not be.
Steve, I know you couldn't wait for this one. I knew you could not wait to start your NCAA tournament out. And the Bill Edscorns and Sons collisions in the line with our man, UK Vince. Thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
Hey, good morning, Marcus. Morning, Steve. How you guys doing?
Morning.
Good.
Morning. Good.
Hey, first off, just really quick, if you didn't catch that Michigan State-Michigan game, that was a great game. I mean, that really is. That kid went down for Michigan State, and I seen just the look on the players' faces and everything and stuff like that, and just reminded me a little bit with all the junk going on in college basketball right now. I guess that moment kind of just reminded me what it's all about, and just a really great game. Great draw, I think, for both teams. I think Louisville has definitely a fighting chance. Louisville's unpredictable. They've been all over the map this season, so I wouldn't want to see them in my bracket. I think Michigan State's worried. I think Kentucky got a good draw. I mean, the only team on that side of the bracket, North Carolina, Kansas, we beat both of those teams, of course. So, I definitely feel happy about that. I think Houston's unproven. Everybody before that, I'm not worried about Seton Hall. I think they got lucky the first time. I think there'll be way more Cats fans traveling. So I think Kentucky got a good draw. Louisville got a good draw. And I guess there's maybe three teams that everybody loves North Carolina, everybody loves Duke, everybody loves Gonzaga. I think for every other team in this tournament, it's let's see what's going to happen. So, good draw. I'm definitely going to be calling more. It's tournament time. This is what we live for. And once again, thanks for taking my call.
Absolutely appreciate the call.
Appreciate it.
Steve? There's an awkward silence and there's an awkward numbness to your face.
I really needed my breakdown, my Kentucky breakdown. I appreciate that.
We'll just call UK Vince, our resident Kentucky breakdown.
Appreciate that, Vince. Thank you.
You know what you gotta catch. You know what I find myself doing every time UK Vince calls in?
Same thing I was doing.
You're listening for the hook.
I know.
Think about this. UK Vince called in, and he sets everybody up with oh, great job. Oh, here's the thing. Nobody cared anything about the Michigan State game. The only reason UK Vince brought that up is so he could remind everybody that Michigan State had an injured player that's going to be out from the game. That whole entire spiel from UK Vince was just to remind you that we beat some of those teams and y'all playing the Michigan State with the guy that went down. I didn't hear anything disparaging about the UK opponents.
Other than Seton Hall got lucky.
Look, Seton Hall got lucky against you, but with us, Michigan State guy went down, so y'all caught a break. Don't you gotta just listen for that hook every single time?
I love it. I needed that.
They're gonna travel well. You already beat all those teams, ready to go.
I needed that.
That's what you need to get everybody riled up for a tomorrow show. We'll come back fighting on this.
Couple games real quick before we go to Chris Mack. One of the reasons I'm hoping we win. I am really, and I know other people have already said this. This isn't a Stephen Rummage first, but Marquette Murray State 4:30 on Thursday. Ja Morant, Marcus Howard. Like, I'm here for that. I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna be locked into that.
That's gonna waste them.
Probably. Yeah. But I mean, I want to see the matchup between the two. Yeah. I was looking through though, but here's the honest thing. I didn't see a lot of first round matchups I really like this year. Like that, I'm like, oh man, I've got to sit down.
Oh, Louisville, Minnesota.
Yeah, if I wasn't, but yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, it's like, Nevada, Florida. I'll probably be here for that one.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that would be. But see, these are all Thursday. So these are all games that if we lose, I'm not going to watch.
We're going to have to do the show all the way up until 12 o'clock.
On Thursday?
Yes.
Please.
What do you mean?
I'll be out of this place by
Steve, you have
11:30.
Steve, you owe it to the people. This is before tournament.
Yeah,
you can't bail. Listen.
That's fine.
People, I want you to make sure you add Steve Rummage. And here's the thing.
My name's not even on the chat line.
Steve is going to have to watch the game with Sweeney.
Oh, there's no way.
And Locke.
There's no
and
chance.
Jason Anderson.
I'll be gone.
And Drew Diener.
I won't be near this place.
And everybody else who's in the building.
Actually, I won't be able to because one thing we do here at the station is we're going to be sending a lot of them out. A lot of people's not even going to be here on that day.
Great. More reason for you to stay in here and hang out.
But I'm still not staying
with
here.
Worldwide getting ready for the game.
I'm still not staying here and watching the game.
Just the first half, Steve.
No, absolutely not. Not 1 second.
Just to make sure we give everybody
for my
good
reputation. I only watch tournament games with a select number of people. You're on a very, very, you're one of my closest friends if I'm watching a tournament game.
Somebody, I was asked that this morning about where I'm going to watch the game at, and I'm like,
I'm not telling.
I'm like,
I go into a weird hiding.
You know what that was like? You know what that question's like to me, Steve? That's like asking me, can you see my search history on my laptop? Asking me who and where and how I choose to watch my tournament experience or how I intend to experience my NCAA tournament. You might as well just say, hey, Marcus, let me just read through your chat, your search history. Not that I'm looking for something. I'm just curious to everything you search.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's not happening, man. Yeah, it's not happening. I'm not letting you know.
It's just not happening.
Here, I'll give you a hint. I will not, and this isn't reverse psychology, I will not be at any restaurant or any public place. I promise you that.
That's a brutal thought.
Yeah, because I'm not
You'd have to shut it down.
I'd have to rent it out.
Yeah,
and only invite
8
people. I got one.
Private room.
I only got 7 people on my list that can watch a game with me. So,
and it would have to have like the doors and.
Oh yeah, it'd be terrible. Shut the blinds.
I need a partition.
Yeah, because I don't do well during tournament games. Because tournament games are different. When Minnesota comes out and they get a little backdoor cut or whatever, and Murphy gets a little layup and it's 2-0, I'm like, God, we're down 50. It feels like you're down 50. You're like, my God, we're never coming back. Well, what are we down? 1 possession? You know how many possessions are in the game?
People, do yourself a favor. If you think Steve and I are lying, go to the YouTube channel. Look at some videos. Look at the game before the video before the North Carolina game or the night of. And what you should do is just fast forward past the pregame show, and then you see picture. Fast forward to where you see Steve and I just sitting in the room. Look at about 7 to 11 minutes of it.
Yeah.
And just say, okay, I get it. I get it. It gets different.
Yeah.
And I like the show, and I want the show to continue. And if you have that happen publicly, you're not going to have a show anymore. Brian Hall, they're waiting on you, my man. Look at this. He's totally like not paying attention. You going to tell him again?
No, he's not even in there.
He's
not even in there.
So, this is what happens, people.
He's totally gone.
Brian Hall is just running up and down the hallways.
He's not even. He's gone.
Everybody's waiting.
Brian's back.
Everybody's texting, mad. They want to hear the interview. No, the interview.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
They're waiting on you, bro. Whatever you're doing out there. Did the food come in or something? So only Brian would be gone.
No, we had one of our contest winners for Schiller's Fitness and Cycling came by to pick up.
Hold on 1 second. You know what I did to Brian? I saw him behind me, and I hit the turnabout, Steve, right? And I wanted to see how Brian was going to react, and I didn't go into the turnabout immediately.
Yeah.
Brian was honking his horn on the second.
Yeah, this is true, but I knew it was Marcus.
No, you did, Brian.
I saw him go flying past me on
Brian
Cardinal, and when I say flying, I mean flying.
Brian's that guy that as soon as the light, if you don't mash on the gas, he's mashing on his horn, right?
Yeah,
like 100%. Listen,
I laid on it too. I didn't like just hesitate.
It wasn't
no.
Brian Hall didn't give me the like. Come on, get it together. It was look. Softball players is staring. Track people to run in. No, I think he knows me.
They probably thought I was just being a, what? But
right.
A what exactly?
No, like a and then a hole.
An apple hole.
Middays with Marcus Maben. Take it away.
I don't say bad words.
Worry about the rest of the tournament. I'm really proud of our team.